Okay, can you confirm you can see my desktop, Mary?
Yes.
Okay, so lot to take in for our new folks. Pretty much the same old for folks that have done this before. Those of you that are on this call that are from the ground side, that are comfortable with the process, may drop off if you like. What I'm going to be showing is how to gather purchase history and create your barcodes for either the shelf labels and or for the lists, and then we'll open it up to questions. So if you're ground folks that are old hats that just want to drop off, you're more than welcome to, and we'll put some focus on the air side. So on the air side, the year-over-year major differences, other than the venue that we're using to capture the inventory data, historically an Excel document was used and distributed and then sent back to finance. That's obviously changed, being replaced with the McKesson website. And then this year, unlike years past, we will be counting durable items, of which Rachel spoke to in the policy and procedure. So those are the two key differences, and then the curveball of the handheld scanner. So I want folks on this call to understand it's not necessary to use a scanner for the inventory. It makes it a lot easier if you're able to get your barcodes up, but you can also enter your inventory into the McKesson website manually, just like you're placing orders every week. So I want to go through that process and get a better comfort level for conducting this inventory. So when you're going to do the McKesson inventory, regardless if it's manual or with the scanner, you're going to go into the GMR homepage, click on the Bassware chiclet. It'll take you into Bassware, and once you're into Bassware, you will go into the McKesson punch out, just like you were placing an order. This is going to be a little slower than normal because there's several hundred people in McKesson right now doing their par list. But once you're in McKesson, there's this little blue ribbon at the top, and the scan manager is right here in the center. So if you're going to use the barcode scanner and you're successful with getting your barcodes up prior to inventory, you would go into your storeroom, scan the barcode, count, bring it in, dock it, and then hover over this scan manager and slide down to import from handheld. When you import from handheld, you'll choose your location and you'll name your inventory at this level. You'll leave it on auto detect. There's this little box at the bottom that says automatically convert items to their substitute items in this upload. So it's important you check that box. And what that does by checking that box is, as you all are aware of, there's a lot of behind the scenes change in product given the pandemic and availability or lack thereof. If you check this box, it will automatically translate that item number into the current item number, because we inventory at replacement value. And I'm going to give you an example. You may have an inventory, the old 515 series of gloves that we've used for years and years, and they're no longer available and had to be replaced with a new part number. By checking this box, if you have the old series still in inventory, it will automatically translate that to the new series. The difference being is the old series used to cost us about $6.40 a box, and the new series is costing us between $11 and $12 a box. That's a huge increase, and we won't capture that increase if we don't check this box. The inventory is taken on a replacement value, so please be sure to check this box. Once you've put this information in, you'll click Start Import. That scanner will make a noise. The information will download in the McKesson website, and all it's left for you to do is a review, and I'm going to show you how to do that here momentarily, and then print out the document and hand it out to your spot checker. If you're not going to use the scanner, the way to create this inventory is to hover over Scan Manager, scroll down to the Physical Inventory shortcut, and now you have this little green button here titled Create New Inventory. So you'll click on that Create New Inventory shortcut, find your location. We'll use Seattle as our, for instance. Once again, put in your inventory title. now you'll see the beginning of an inventory, which looks an awful lot like the beginning of the order. What you'll notice is it has defaulted to AMR Power User. We've got about 1,000 users that go on the McKesson website, and it will not populate your name because it won't know who you are. So you need to put in your name, first initial, last name. This is key for us to be able to contact you if we have any questions. Everything else is hard-coded. Nothing else needs to go in this title. No dates, no locations, nothing. That's all hard-coded right here if you chose the correct location. The date and timestamp is hard-coded as well. So now we can begin entering the inventory in if you choose to do this manually. So I'm going to use the part numbers that I know off the top of my head, 515, 5123, which happens to be for gloves. Put in the quantity that we have on hand, click item, and I get this little error message. My name here because I failed to hit save changes just like you would in an Excel spreadsheet. So we'll click save changes. And now my name is locked in as the owner. And we'll go back to put in the part number. Put in our quantity. Make sure if it's a McKesson item that the box is checked as a McKesson item. Click add item. As a general ledger code right here, hard coded, which means you've successfully chosen an item that we have a history of purchasing. So we'll do a second item. Put in our quantity. Click the green add item. And once again, both items now have general ledger code, so we have good items. Now we'll go do the non-McKesson items. So this, you'll have to reference the manual edition template that was sent out with the invite. And if it was forwarded to you, you wouldn't have gotten it. So reach out to one of us and we'll forward it to you. And this has several fields that you can filter on for things that you know. You may not know the part number, you may not know the exact name, but hey, you remember who you buy it from. So if you filter on who you bought it from, let's use this Zoll as our determinant. And now you can scroll down through the Zoll items until you find the one that you want that we have a history of buying. And for this, we'll use the X Series paper. I'm sure that everybody on this call from AIR has used this part number. You'll copy the part number, go back over into the McKesson website, paste that part number in the same field, put in the quantity that you have. Be sure to uncheck the McKesson item box because it's not a McKesson item. Click add item. And now it's populated with all the information, the price, more important, the general ledger code. Let's go do another item. We'll choose Pacific Biomedical as our vendor of choice. And we'll choose the MAC one. I'm going to get control of my cursor. All right, folks. We'll choose the Miller size 0 blade. We'll copy the part number. We'll go back over to the McKesson website, paste it, put in our quantity. Make sure the McKesson item number is box is unchecked. Click add item. Got our general ledger code. It's a good hit. I'm going to show you what happens if you forget to uncheck that box. Yeah. If it's a non-McKesson item and you forget to uncheck that box, you click on add, you're going to get this red, nothing got added. So make sure you pay attention to this box, whether it's McKesson or non-McKesson. So it's just as simple as creating an order, but you've got a lot more items than on that order. So I'm going to delete this shopping cart. I'm going to delete this inventory, and we're going to go look at some inventories that have already been created. And then we're going to go show you how to create your barcodes. So let's go find a sizable inventory that's already been started and review what you should be checking for on the final review. So we'll pick this PAR ALS. This is telling us that the inventory owner for Palm Springs has 22 vehicles stocked to the level of $12,000 per vehicle. Highly unusual, highly suspicious.
Hey, David, are you able to make your screen larger?
No, unfortunately it won't, and I've got a 42-inch screen and it's blown up entirely as big as it goes. Unfortunately, the size of this screen is controlled by McKesson. So we are in this PAR ALS inventory of 22 vehicles created by an M. Bowen for Palm Springs, and now we're going to do our review. So there's two reviews that you want to do aside from the correct name and the owner, and that's right across this ribbon. There's one titled General Ledger Code. And if you click on that General Ledger Code, it's going to sort this so that anything without a General Ledger Code is going to sort to the top. And here's 10 items that we have no history of buying from McKesson. So he's either chosen an item we've never bought, or he's chosen an incorrect distributor. And just from a quick view, I can tell you that this bag pressure infuser doesn't come from McKesson, it comes from PacBio. So he's overinflating, accidentally, the value of his inventory because he's chosen the incorrect vendor. This will get filtered out if he doesn't correct this before he submits it. The second thing to check on is the line value. If you click on line value once, it'll sort it from lowest value to highest value. And things that cost us a penny or a couple pennies are not going to have a material impact one way or the other if it's a mistake. A penny item is 22 cents for his entire fleet. But if you click this a second time, it's going to sort it from highest to lowest. And you're going to see some significant mistakes on this particular par. So this owner has put in here that we have 67 king tubes on a single vehicle and 61 size 5 king tubes on a single vehicle, and so on down the line. So right here, he's got $5,000 worth of king tubes on a single vehicle times 22 vehicles is a $110,000 mistake. It's an honest mistake, not set out to do it on purpose, but he obviously has not reviewed his inventory to see that there's a human error here where this is not factual information. He may have 67 all told on hand, but they're not on each vehicle. So if you sort from highest to lowest, any item that is a human error that will have a profound financial impact on your inventory, you will catch before you print this out. If you fail to catch it, procurement will catch it for you. But I would rather you catch it because once you print this out, it's a done deal. So click print to PDF when you're satisfied that this is accurate. And this will create a document to use as your, oh, a little too big there, to use as your spot check document. So this has hard-coded the owner, the name of the inventory, more importantly, the number of vehicles in this inventory, and the number of items per vehicle. So per the instructions, you're going to have your spot checker capture at least 10% of the total vehicles. So the spot checker needs to go spot check 2 vehicles in this entire fleet. And the spot checker needs to capture 10% of the 242 items that are in this vehicle. So 24 items need to be spot checked of 2 vehicles. So this is going to be handed off to the spot checker. They're going to circle the item that they intend to spot check. They're going to go to a vehicle, a random vehicle, and they're going to verify or deny that there is 67 king tubes on this single vehicle. I'm pretty certain there are not. They will also choose another item. If they confirm that there's only one of this item on this vehicle, they're going to put their initials off to the side. When they have 10% of the vehicle contents spot checked and they agree, they will submit this back to the owner. They'll both sign at the top. This becomes the final document that goes on to the regional director for their review and their sign off. So any questions on this process so far before we get over into the barcode labels?